Councillor, I hope that this motion will generate cross-party support from across this House. We know that the sector needs protection, and it certainly needs its unanswered calls answered, however late in the day it may be. And I want to commend my colleague Deputy Michael Collins for all his work and indeed the passion and leadership he has shown in terms of having fishermen and fisherwomen's issues addressed in this House. But it is high time that you took notice of it, and I would hope certainly that we can get support across the House. As my colleague has noted, the Irish inshore fleet comprises of approximately 91% of our fishing vessels and supports between 2,500 and 3,000 full-time jobs in rural and coastal communities. Indeed, you have to wonder really why it is that organisations such as the National Inshore Fishermen's Association have to repeatedly and loudly make their argument to government, and why it is that there are such delays in responding from the government side. Is government of the belief and of the view that inshore fishermen can simply be discarded, ignored, or perhaps even spoken down to in a way which they would not dream of doing for example, to representatives of the tech industry? What really infuriates me about debates of this kind is that there seems to be an acceptance that all of our natural resources are simply up for grabs, or that they can be left to wither on the vine. The only natural resource government appears to give a damn about seems to be wind, and we all know why that is. The big subsidies and the big boys in the corporations, that's all you care about. If it's not wind, then government doesn't want to know. Look at our sugar beet sector. Look at the sellout there. A once thriving sector, once thriving and now forgotten. Look at our natural oil and our gas fields, with bans placed on their exploration. Look at our peat sector. In my reply to a parliamentary question, it was reported to me that 19,000 tonnes of peat and peat-related products are being exported out of this country and have been exported to Japan in the last decade. And yet, here you are punishing Irish people and banning them from using their own resources. There is a pattern here. All of the things that we have on our doorstep, all of the resources that we have in our own seas are being divvied up and sold off with no regard and no respect about how it will impact on vulnerable coastal communities or indeed on rural communities. Today we are talking about inshore fisheries, but tomorrow it will be some other area of rural life being attacked and some other indigenous sector of value that will be undermined or sold out. And I find it incredible. Your predecessors in Fianna Fáil really must be turning in their graves. We've seen the sellout of fisheries, now the sellout of forestry. By the way, that's shameful. You've sold out and chipped away at our sovereignty. That's what you've done. You've absolutely betrayed the Irish people, and you're nothing other than a shower of traitors. And I'll make no apologies for that. Where is the advantage to the Irish people and fishing communities in allowing such vital resources and activities to deteriorate to the point of collapse, or the sellout of precious resources? It's so disheartening to look back and survey the wreckage that has been delivered upon rural Ireland and coastal communities by the financial policies of a tiny and insignificant, ideological, bizarre party who are controlling you right, left and centre, and clearly they are the tail wagging the dog. Today it is the turn of the fishermen and fisherwomen to suffer. Tomorrow, as I say, it'll be somebody else. But make no mistake about it, it won't be the Googles or the Intel of this world that will suffer. They get the red carpet treatment. It will be the ordinary men and women of rural Ireland, the backbone of the rural economy. They're the ones who'll take the brunt for your policy and your lack of leadership and your shameful lack of betrayal. And your betrayal, not lack of, unfortunately, but your absolute betrayal. They'll bear that brunt. But the time is coming when the people of rural Ireland and coastal communities will say we've enough. And I believe that time is now. We are sick and tired of the policies of ruin and destruction. And there are simply no good reasons for government not to support this motion, nor indeed is there any good reason for any other party or group in this House not to support this motion. We must send a signal to the fishermen and fisherwomen of Ireland that we stand with them in solidarity, that we support them and that we will help them. And if it weren't for great leaders like Father John Joe Duffy in Donegal, we'd be in bigger trouble. At least those people have that man. Gurv Magat.
Perhaps you might just withdraw that comment.
I won't withdraw that comment. It's my view and my perception that they're traitors.
I'd ask you to reflect on that.
And all we have to do is look at our forestry.
I'm not going into a discussion on it.